Well, good morning, Duck Pursuit. We are back at it once again on the Crooked River. It is, what is it got there? Dog's looking at something out there on the river. There's a golden eye that just flew by a minute ago. It is December 28th, 2024, and it has been raining cats and dogs in Central Oregon. Last night I was out for a little while. Really raining hard, snowing hard, real big mix. I mean, big drops. I really wasn't sure what to expect this morning when I woke up. I was hoping that we'd have some snow on the ground, that I could get colder, and that all that rain and snow mix would just turn to snow. It did not. It just kept raining. So I got in the car, drove out, 38 degrees in Bend when I got there. Driving through Redmond, hard wind out of the south, blowing as a flag that I always look at, just kind of judge the wind on the way out. Blowing hard out of the south. I mean, flat straight to the north it was coming. And then as I got out to the lease, it was 38 degrees again when I got here. So not cold, a little chilly, very wet. The front field, my landowners got heifers out there calving right now. Just an absolute mess out there. It is just a swamp. I went to a spot on the creek I like to jump shoot on the way out. Absolutely blown out. I mean, it was probably 2 feet over normal in there. I didn't even look at the water was moving. It was so swollen. It just looks like it's just stagnant in there. One hen mallard did get out, probably about 65 yards up the creek from where I jumped it, and I had a 3.5 inch in my gun waiting for some geese to fly by hopefully, and I just let it fly, one at her, and she just kept on trucking. So didn't get that to happen. I've had a few geese fly over this morning, just randos, just like nothing, like groups. There's really not been anything that came off the lake this morning. Early I probably saw like 20 come off. I mean, it's been very slow on the geese. There's just water literally everywhere right now. I mean, there's just sheet water on the fields. I mean, there's just so much water everywhere. But I got back to the blind back here, and the crook, it is absolutely blown out. Probably 2.5 feet higher than last weekend. I have a point out here that I leave decoys on. There's a soft pocket here to the left up to my blind that I like to put, about 3 dozen decoys in there. And I had them all pulled up. I'd use Texas rigs, and so they all were carabined together, and thank God they were. That weight of all of them together kept them on the island. But I'm looking out right now, and it's pretty much flooded on that island. The river's cut the corner completely about where it typically would go out and around. It is now on the inside corner, and it's just ripping through there. I had a bunch of decoys up close to the bank here. There's a sandbar in front of my blind, and I have some silhouette goose decoys, some full-bodied duck decoys, and some floater ducks that I like to throw out there. All of them were underwater, if not floating because they're there, but ultimately the full-bodied duck decoys were full of water. I had to dump all those out before I threw them up on the bank so I wouldn't break them. And then a couple other dozen up the river here that I kind of leave out there. They were up far enough on the bank that they weren't getting wet so far. But it's been super duper slow. Again, I've seen some ducks flying, but this big water like this, there's just so much water everywhere. Like I said, there's sheet water on the fields for these ducks to get into. Geese flying really high today. It's just been a really slow day. I've shot at a couple of widgeon. I have that shot at that one hen mallard. I just had a group of geese. I mean, it was a skybuster, honestly. But I'm like, I'm just going to let it fly. Didn't take one down on that. But ultimately, we were back at it again today, but I'm going to pull it now. This river is just too high to really put decoys out. I don't want to lose any decoys. And these ducks just have everywhere they want to be, they can get to. So I hope wherever you're at hunting this weekend in Central Oregon is a little bit better than the Crooked River. And you're getting those ducks and geese and pursuing them this weekend. This is Chris from Duck Pursuit. Go get it.